everyone, welcome to another chatty yarn video. I will actually also do a little haul, so I'll start the video with a little haul from Ice Yarns and then I'll continue to chat. So if you're just interested in the haul part, you don't have to watch the whole video or wait for it. So we'll start with that. Thank you for all your lovely comments on the first crochet chat video, and I know there are other people like me that are surrounded with people in their real lives that are not really interested in yarn or talking about yarn or talking a lot about yarn, and that's why we're here. So feel free to, leave long comments. I love long comments about all of your yarn adventures, thoughts, ideas. So we can continue to chat, because obviously here it's just me talking to the camera, but I would love to continue the conversation in the comments below. First of all, if you're new here, hi, welcome. My name is Irit. On this channel I share all my crochet adventures. I started crocheting at the end of 2020, kind of as a way to relieve stress, relief stress. And I have been obsessed ever since. And yeah, so here I show you what I get, what I make, what I think about it, all things crochet associated. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a like and leave me a comment, or just give it a like, and of course subscribe. But these things really help reach new people, because then YouTube knows you like the video and it can suggest it to other viewers. So please take the time to like the video. It really helps me a lot and I really appreciate it. So let's get into the haul. A cutie patootie. So this is about 2 kilos of yarn that I need like a hole in the head. But I did the impossible, and I showed restraint on Ice Yarns. And the problem is, you want to try like 5 different yarns. In a regular shop you can just buy, or like in shops that don't sell like in bulk, I can just order like 5, 6, 7 balls of yarn to try out and see what I like. But in Ice Yarn, the problem is that you usually buy most of their yarns in packs of 400 grams. So depending on how much gram is in a skein, it can be, 400 gram skeins or 8 50-gram skeins. Yeah, so that's how they sell it, because they're a big manufacturer, and I think they're like retail part of their business is very minor. I think they mostly manufacture for bigger brands and not private people, and not sell to private people. But anyway, so if you find a yarn that you really like, it's very easy to buy on Ice Yarns, because their prices are very good. And yeah, the shipping is like a thing. People are always shocked by the shipping. I say just double the price of the yarn, and that'll give you a really rough idea of how much you're going to end up paying for it. And if for you paying, I don't know, $15 for 400 grams of a particular yarn, it's very reasonable, or a very good deal, then go for it. Just look at it like that. Don't look at just the price of the yarn, because the shipping and customs and all those extra costs are substantial at Ice Yarns. So just start already calculating that when you look at the yarn you want, and yeah, and think if it makes sense for you to get it. For me, I find that it's a really good deal for certain yarns if I really like them, and then others it's better for me to buy in different places, buy the skein and not in bulk. I guess it really depends on your preferences, etc. But if you find yarns you like, then I think most of the time Ice Yarns is a good place to shop. Again, if for example you want to do like a project that has a lot of colors, it probably, and you only need, let's say, 50-100 grams from each color, it probably won't be a good idea to buy at Ice Yarns, because you'll have to buy, like maybe 10 colors, so 400 grams of each color, and then you won't be using it for that particular project. But if you're working on multiple projects, it might still be worth it. So think about all these things. Personally, I'm in Austria, I'm in Europe. I'm just tearing into my package here. Hopefully I won't tear the precious yarn. And I really like to buy from Hobbii. I think they have really great prices, and shipping is free if you spend 50 euros. And if you spend less than 50 euros, it's like 5 euros shipping. They have really good yarns, and many times they have sales. I think almost all the time they have some sort of sale going on some of their yarns. And so if you're interested in a particular yarn, I would say just like wait for a sale. They would either have, you know, 40% off. I've seen that come and go on pretty much all of their yarns, and or a bulk discount. So if you buy more than, like, it depends on the, you know, sometimes it's like if you buy 2 cakes, you get an additional discount. So that's one of my favorite places to buy. And for like more fancy yarns, I really like what are they called? Junghanswolle. I think they also have a German site, but I buy from their Austrian site, and they have a really, really nice range of, I think, mostly European brands. And they also have their own like brand label, which has some beautiful yarns. I talk about it in a different video. Okay, let's get into it. So the exciting thing about today's haul is that all of these yarns are new to me. So I will be doing another video where I, you know, where I crochet samples of each one of these yarns. I think I have 5 new yarns, and share my thoughts with you, tell you what I think. So it'll give you a better idea of, you know, not just how the yarn looks or the color, everything, but how it works. And of course, everyone is different, but I usually try to explain what I like, what I don't like. So hopefully you will find it helpful. I know a lot of people comment that they really, really enjoy those videos, because hauls are fun. We all love hauls, but I think it's just a lot more helpful to actually see how the yarn looks. It could be a really beautiful yarn that is a nightmare to work with, and you know, for me, it's not about the result. I mean, it is about the result, but it's a big part of it is the process, because I do this for fun. And yeah, okay, so let's get started. Okay, so these, as I said, these are all new to me, and I really wanted to see, sorry about the crinkling, it's part of an ice yarn haul. Ice yarn haul, what are you gonna do? Okay, so I was really curious about this one, and I think it's gonna be a no-no, for definitely not for wearables. That's the thing, that's the problem with buying online, is that you have to feel stuff, you know, and sometimes you're surprised. So, this is called, where are you? Sparkle Soft. That's how it looks. And there. Sparkle Soft. I'll tell you all about it in my new segment. I'm just kidding. Okay, so Sparkle Soft. Let's read the specs first, right? So take a look. This is 60% polyamide, 40% metallic lurex. 50 grams will give you 140 meters, and they classify it as, what are you? 2? They recommend a 3 to 4 millimeter hook. So this is the string. Okay, so impressions. What are you? What do they call you? Size 2. Yeah, I think that's about right. Okay, I think it's the metallic lurex. This feels like, what do you call it? Like the thing that you scrub like metal pans with. We call it tzemelplata in Hebrew. We call it steel wool. I don't know how you call it in English, but that's how it feels like. I wouldn't want to wear this, so I don't know. I guess home decor. Don't see myself cleaning pans with this. Yeah, I don't know, maybe if you do amigurumi, this could be fun for like special effects. You know, you can see the sparkle. Maybe you could do a trim on, like you could do a trim on a wearable or like a hat or a scarf, something that doesn't touch your body, because the colors are really pretty. This color is Sparkle Soft Pink. So I'll write all the details exactly below, but that's the number 68316. All the links will be below. And yeah, so I thought this one was a bit of a gamble, and I was right. Okay, not very excited about it. Let me know in the comments if you've used these, and you know, what do you enjoy making with any of these yarns that I show here. I would love to know. So next up we have this one. This is 70980 Woolly Soft Baby Pink. If I haven't mentioned in this video, I will mention that I only use vegan-friendly yarn, and I don't use any animal fibers. Oh, I didn't think this would be woolly soft, but it is. This feels very nice. I could wear this. Okay, so let's take out two. I know what my issue was with this yarn. It's the colors. The colors are not super exciting. So yeah, but this is actually, this I would definitely consider wearing. So this is how it looks. Let's read about it. They're hiding. It's very, very tightly wound, and it's like, you know, you have to like double this or triple this or add it to other threads. It's like super, super skinny. I'm going to open one because I don't understand. Oh, okay, now I understand. Okay, so I guess they did the work for us, and this is actually the thread you're working on. So it's already tripled. Interesting. I can work with this. This seems more friendly. So I'll tell you this. I started crocheting already as a vegan, and so I don't really know how it is to crochet with wool. So I don't have anything to compare it to. I know wool, like I know when I see other people's hauls, they say it has like a woolly feeling, which I think usually they mean that it's just like a little bit scratchy, not necessarily like disturbingly, but has that wool feel. So I feel like this could be similar in the feel. It's not like scratchy in any way. This is very, very tightly bound. So I can only imagine how it'll be really interesting to work with it. I can't imagine this is like super easy to work with. I wouldn't recommend this to like beginners or anything. Probably you can't frog anything you make with this. But I suspect that it will give a very kind of airy, sorry, I always have, my nose is always itching when I'm doing something where I shouldn't be touching my face. Classic example is cleaning the kitty litter box. We had a lot of cats. We have now 2 cats, but they do their business outside. But I used to have, like for many years, cats that did their business indoors. And whenever I would start cleaning, my nose would start to get scratchy. Anyway, okay, interesting, interesting. So I think the fabric would be very kind of airy and light. Very interesting. I haven't. This is Woolly Soft. They recommend 4 to 5 millimeter, I guess, knitting needles. They classify it as a size 4. 50 grams ball will give you around 90 meters. This has 77% acrylic. Take another look. 21% polyamide and 2% elastan. This is how it looks. Yeah, the colors are not very inspiring, like just my personal color situation, but they might be exactly up your alley. This one I did like because I like to wear these kind of pale colors, and you can see that it has somewhat of a stretch. So I have no idea how it's going to be to work with this, and that's why I'm looking forward to trying them out. This one I think could be a good like go-to, you know, one of those like add-on yarns that you can add like mohair like effect. That's the code. Again, all the links will be below. So this is Garzato Comfort Baby. I think the yarn name is Garzato Comfort, and then the color is probably baby pink. Sounds like something I would get. I don't remember their color range. I think it was okay. So let's see what we're dealing with. Okay, so I'm thinking this is again like one of those yarns that you would add to another yarn to get that kind of halo effect. And this is how it looks. Very pretty. It feels nice. Color is very pretty. That's a color I would enjoy wearing. And the thread, it has a halo. This will be a nightmare to frog. It has really kind of the same feel of the previous one, only this is, I'm pretty sure this is like a single strand. So let's read about you, Mr. Garzato Comfort. Garzato. My daughter started learning Italian in school. Such a beautiful language. We're close to Italy. Italy is about 2 hours away, I think. And I don't know, I just find it, I'm not from Europe originally. I was born and raised in Israel, and I moved here 10 years ago to Austria, and I just find it really exciting that you can drive to a different country, because Israel is surrounded by, well, there is like a peace agreement with a couple of countries, but basically, you know, you drive for 30 minutes and you're kind of, you hit a border, and sometimes it's not a friendly border. So I'm laughing, but it's like I'm dying inside. So it's very sad, this whole thing. But anyway, okay, let's talk about yarn. So I find it very exciting, not talking about yarn, that I can get into my car and drive to Slovenia, that's in the south. I can drive to Hungary, that's in the east. I can drive to Germany, France, Switzerland, that's in the west. Italy in the south, pass through Slovenia, drive to Croatia. I think the Czech Republic is in the north. There's like a lot you can do, like, you know, can go for a weekend in Budapest. Not that I've ever done that because I have kids, but no, we've been to Italy. Last summer we drove to Tuscany and it was amazing. So yeah. So I just think it's like, I mean, the whole European Union, I know some people have issues with it. I personally find it to be incredible. And I just think it's so amazing that my daughter can study in Italy pretty much without a problem, you know, if she speaks the language. I know when I studied German, when we came here, I studied with like university students, and there were like students from all over Europe, and you can, like, the university here gives you the possibility to learn German during like your first year as you take courses. So it's really nice. And German is a hard language, but I think Italian is easier to learn. I studied like Italian for 3 months or something when I was 19. Such a beautiful language. Sometimes I wish that we lived a few hours south, but yeah, no, I can't complain. Austria is it's like one of the best places to live, with like life, you know, quality of life and everything. Okay, so this has exactly the same composition as the one I showed you before. See, like these two, they have exactly the same fiber composition. This one is just, I think it's just like 3 of these somehow wrapped together. And so 77% acrylic, 21% polyamide, 2% elastan, and 50 grams will give you 450 meters. And they recommend, this is a like 1, the number is 1, I forget, type, weight, yes. It's a 1 weight yarn. They recommend 2 to 3 millimeter knitting needles. I wouldn't work with this on its own. Yeah, I would double it or triple it or add it to a different fiber, but I haven't really had experience working with multiple yarns. And I did buy last year, I bought in one of their sales. In one of their sales at Ice Yarn, they had this, which looks very similar. So this was on sale, this one, and this one I got now. And this one doesn't feel as nice as this one, in my opinion. So, yeah. Yeah, I think this one feels nicer on the skin. Which, you know, is, and I don't think it looks plasticky at all. I love the whole halo effect and look. And yeah, so this is definitely, if I feel like I want to work with multiple threads and kind of add this, you know, one weight yarn to additional yarns for that mohair-like look, which I love, but I can't use like the real thing, or I don't want to, then I think this would be a great option. It feels very nice, and yeah, these are not so easy to work with. We can't have it all. Okay, 2 more, and I think they are exciting. There's also cake there. Cake yarn. What is more exciting to you? Cake yarn or cake? I'm gonna say cake yarn. Okay, oh no, actually this one I was also very excited. So this one is new to Ice Yarns, and this is the number 71081. It's called Acoustic, and the color is light salmon. So it has some nice colors, but I was just really excited to see how it looks. It kind of reminded me of the Macaron yarns, which I love, but this is lighter. Yeah, it's a bit disappointing, like the feel of it. It doesn't feel nice. It feels plasticky. We'll see how it works up. Maybe in combination with one of the previous ones, it'll get a more, you know, less plasticky look, but first impressions, not that great. So yeah, so this is new. The Macaron yarn, I think I have, yeah, I have here. So this is the Macaron. This feels great. This to me is one of those yarns that don't look like acrylic, but this one does. So this one is like really matte, which is usually what I like, unless I'm going for like a sparkle. And then this one has a certain sheen to it that, I don't know, I have to see how it works up, but not liking it at all. So this is the thread. And let's talk about you. Let's talk about you, besides the fact that you're disappointing. Okay, so this is called Acoustic, and it's a 4 weight yarn. 50 grams will give you 130 meters. It's 80% acrylic and 20% polyamide light. And they recommend 4 to 5 millimeter knitting needles. So I don't know, I guess I would use a 5 or 6 millimeter hook. I like the color. I wouldn't say it's light salmon. I would say it's, I don't know, it's kind of like a creamy yellow-ish. I don't know. Yeah, maybe it has a bit of that orangeness to it. Disappointing. We'll see. Maybe it will redeem itself. Okay, this is exciting, hopefully. Cake! Okay, the colors are not 100% as good as I thought they would be, but that's really, really personal preference. So this is the code, 70938. Yep. This is called Cakes Chain, and the color is copper something. I think these are also new. They are. Let's take a look. Okay, this feels nice. Okay, so this is how it looks. Feels very Christmassy to me. Yeah, okay, so you see it's like it has this cake structure to it, as it says, and what can I tell you about it? Cakes Chain. Let's read. So we have 90% acrylic, 10% polyamide, 200 grams in one cake, and you get 2 in a pack. They will, like, one cake will give you 450 meters. So you could probably do a sweater with 2 cakes. That'll be like 900 meters. For weight yarn, they recommend a 5 to 6 millimeter knitting needles. So the reason I ordered these is because I have a few yarns that are quite fancy, that are not acrylic, and that are mostly cotton and have this like chain construction, and I really, really like them. So I thought, okay, yeah, I think it might be okay worked up. You know, sometimes yarns feel completely different or a lot softer when you work them up as opposed to how they feel in the skein. I know that from one of my favorite acrylic yarns for like blankets and stuff, the Amigo XL from Hobbii. It feels okay in the skein. There are like softer acrylic yarns, but once you work it up, it feels so much nicer. So I'm hoping this will be the same. The color is not that exciting to me. So I don't know, maybe, I don't know if I would make like a garment from this. I don't know if I would want to wear this. I like it's just, I'm very, very particular about color. And I don't think the color range was super amazing, at least not in my color preferences. But I always say, like, you know, I always say to myself in my head when I'm thinking about yarn that it's really enough to find like even one color from a particular yarn that you're obsessed about, because, you know, then you can just like make something from that. You don't need like the whole color range to be amazing. So, you know, check it out. Maybe you'll find exactly your like perfect color. I like some of the shades here, like I like these ones, but I don't really like the red ones. I guess when I read copper, I was hoping it would be more like kind of, I don't know, orangey, golden kind of thing, less, you know, post box red, which is just not a color that I like. But I don't know, I have to work it up and see how it looks. Maybe I will like it then. Maybe I can combine this with like a white yarn and make like a really chunky, pretty blanket or something like that. Yeah, I don't think I would want to wear this. So 900 meters you get in one pack that has 2 cakes. That'll probably be enough for like a sweater if, you know, your size, I don't know, like medium large, I guess. For anything more than that, you'll probably need like 2 packs, like 3 cakes. So yeah, I don't know. We'll see. I think, you know, all the fluffy yarns are challenging to work with. And the acoustic one, which I had great hopes for because it looked so nice on the website, it doesn't, I don't know. Yeah, it's hard to say because this is also very tightly wound. So it's hard to say how the like fabric would feel when you work it up. But yeah. Okay, so that was the haul portion. I'm a little bit underwhelmed, which, you know, can be the case when you're trying new yarns. But sometimes you change your mind as you work with certain yarns. And it goes both ways. Some yarns can look amazing on the, you know, as a skein, and then you start working with them and it's just like not fun. So let's talk about what else is going on. I am approaching the last rows of my blanket. I will try to insert some footage here and show you. I think I just have one more color to go on the border, and then I think there are a couple of rows with the like off-white, and I'm also thinking maybe I should add just like another row around the circles. I'm thinking about that, kind of like, you know, like I have here, like a raised row. I think maybe that'll look nice where the blanket has these circles that are in color, and then a square that is in kind of a neutral color. So I think maybe a circle to mask a little bit the transition between the color and the neutral. I think that might look good. Surrounded by such beautiful colors. I finished, I don't think I showed this, I finished the 10th square in the Secret Yarnery Secret Granny Cal, is it called? I think all the squares are called some sort of like granny something. And this was very fun to make. Krista just does the most amazing job with, you know, kind of explaining stitches in a way that is very easy to remember. It just, yeah, just, I'm sure you've watched her videos because her channel is like huge, but if you haven't, I highly recommend trying one of her like squares. And you can make, I think she's making like also a little blanket from each one of these stitches. So it's just fun to try new stitches. And this one, I like it. I'm not a huge fan of like these open stitches. I really like closed stitches for garments and blankets and pretty much everything. But this is just like a fun, it's really fun to try different stitches. And I think like the whole effect of the entire blanket is going to be fun. So just look what was resting next to this. I'll show you all of them together because it's just, it brings me joy. I'll try to hold all of them up. Isn't that the most fun color situation? So I just have 2 more colors to pick and it's gonna be hard. I also downloaded a pattern that I was really, I kind of wanted to try it. I don't know if I will do this now, but I just thought the pattern was great. And it's this, it's from Etsy. And it's like, it's called the lockdown cardigan. Cozy lockdown cardigan. And it's for like worsted weight yarn or Aran weight. And there's just like different stitches and it looks really, really cool. And I thought, I mean, I really like how the neutrals look, but you should see like my yarn color. I have some neutrals, so I don't know. I wanted to try something like that, but I also want to do like a sweater cal. I think that'll be fun. I did start working on it, but so I started with like one sleeve because I want to do the construction the same way that I did like my pastel rainbow sweater. Which is you do 2 halves of the sweater. You start from the cuff of the sleeve and you work your way till the middle of the sweater, and then you connect the 2 halves and you add like a neckline and a waistband if you want to. So I want to do that construction, and I'm starting with like one sleeve to figure it out for myself, and then I was gonna like film, you know, the second sleeve for you so you can follow along. And yeah, but then I thought I'm kind of reconsidering my yarn choices because I went with this gorgeous, gorgeous yarn. This is called Fluffina from Junghals Wolle, and this is, I think, almost 100% cotton, but it is kind of like a fancy yarn, a specialty yarn. I don't know if this kind of thing is available everywhere. It looks and feels amazing. It's like perfect. It's a pleasure to work with, and the fabric created is just beautiful, and I can only imagine how nice it's going to be to wear it. It feels amazing on the skin. yeah, but I thought maybe, you know, it's not necessarily something that everyone can get, and it's kind of annoying to see someone work and like gush over a certain yarn and not being able to get it. If you're in Europe, I'm sure you can get this from the same place that I got mine, but outside of Europe, I don't know. So I thought maybe to just stick to simple DK and or worsted weight like acrylic yarn that everyone can find some sort of version, or, you know, switch it for something more luxurious if you want to. So I'm thinking I might do that. I have some really, really pretty colors of acrylic yarn that I could use. And yeah, so I know that the cuff is going to be just like a simple ribbing because I love how that looks, and yeah, it's such a nice look to it. So I'm writing everything down, including exactly how I do the joins, because sometimes that's, you know, sometimes you want to read, you're reading a pattern and the pattern itself is so nicely written and everything is great. And then you reach the joining or seaming part and you hope that you will have very clear instructions to get the perfect seam, but all you get is like seam both sides, or seam with a needle, or seam with blah blah, and you're like, okay, I guess I have to figure it out by myself. So I want to figure it out for you so you can have really nice joints, and I'll show you how this looks. So the join is here, I think, but it really looks flawless, and actually from both sides I think it looks really, really great. So yeah, I want to do this like together with you, but I'm also thinking, you know, first of all, acrylic yarn is very, very easy for anyone to find. And I'm also thinking Aran weight, it'll go fast. And I also thought, I thought that I want to do maybe like a really nice stitch for the sleeves, like something that has a little bit of texture that kind of gives, I feel like every garment, especially if you make it yourself, I feel like it should have like something, like some little wow factor. And when I say wow factor, I don't mean like wow that they're gonna see it miles away. I just mean something that makes it a little bit special. It can be like a color work, like the color combination, or a special stitch, or like a feature, you know, like puffed sleeves or something, which I love. So I'm thinking I want maybe like a little bit of like balloon sleeves with a really nice kind of floushy textured stitch that is easy to make. I have like all kinds of things that I'm very particular with, stitches that I like. I really like the look of like bobbles, but I'm not a big fan of like working them. So I have to figure everything out and just find that one stitch that looks amazing and is easy to work. And I thought like do the sleeves in that, and then kind of like a simple body, but maybe also play a little bit with color and texture. So I feel like you don't want to throw too much at it, because then you end up with something that looks like, you know, everything but the kitchen sink, or everything and the kitchen sink, and that can be cute but sometimes it's just like a bit ugh. So I'm also looking for inspiration online, kind of moderately, because we all know how you can get lost in like Pinterest or something like that. And I saw a couple of things that I really like. I will try to put pictures on the screen so you can also look, and everything is like, everything that that is interesting to me or feels inspiring, I save it to my Pinterest, so you can follow me there and you know, see what I save to my crochet inspiration board. But yeah, I saw a couple of things that are interesting, and also I saw something that I kind of want to make. I saw on Instagram if you follow Sarah Michelle Gellar, if you happen to be a Buffy the Vampire Slayer fan, which I am, it's like one of my favorite shows of all times. And I watched it when I was in my 20s, and I discovered it, I think, when it was the 4th season, I think so, and I was 22, and I just think it's like one of the best shows ever. The writing is so good. And yeah, so I just follow her on Instagram, and she was wearing like this kind of two-piece, like a twin set, I guess you call it. Like a really nice tank top that looked very simple, and then a little bit of like a boxy cardigan on top. And they were from like this kind of nice, probably like cashmere or angora or something like that, purple, like light purple yarn. I think it was purple. So it really made me want to do something similar. And I was actually thinking at Hobbii, they have a yarn called Fluffy Day. So they have at Hobbii this really nice synthetic, like acrylic yarn called Fluffy Day. That's how it looks. It's a really, really great affordable option for this kind of affordable, vegan-friendly, synthetic, you know, hypoallergenic version of, yeah, I would guess like wool yarn. It's not super thin. I'll give you the specification. So this is Fluffy Day. The color is 21, and isn't it gorgeous? It's like this beautiful kind of buttery, warm yellow. 100 grams will give you 285 meters. This is classified as 4-weight yarn. I don't know, you would be the judge. Maybe it's a little bit of thin, a light 4-weight, but it works up really nicely. And yeah, so now they have an XL version. This is another thing I like about Hobbii. If you like their like some of their yarns, such as their Amigo, they have the Amigo, which is also acrylic, really, really nice basic acrylic yarn. Amazing color range, like really, really good color range. They have like a DK version. This one is the XL, and it's like a 4-weight yarn. So this, I guess, is more of a chunky 4-weight. Woohoo! Focus. So you can see, like, and they have, what's it called? Something like bulky. Like even bigger. I can't remember the name. Amigo Chunky. I think it's Amigo Chunky, which I also have somewhere here. I just bought one to try. It was like too bulky for me, but if you like bulky yarn, so they have this also in a bulky version with the same colors. So with Fluffy Day, they have now an XL version that is, I guess, classified as bulky. And I thought I could do like the tank top from the Fluffy Day and then the cardigan from the XL version of it. So I think I'll order one or a couple of skeins to see how I like it. And yeah, this is really nice. It's not the softest. I think if you're very, very sensitive, you might find this a little bit scratchy. I think it's fine. It's not as amazingly soft as the Fildal Gourmand, or whatever these are called, which are just incredible. That's what my sweater, this one, is made of. This is amazing, but this costs like double. Yeah, this costs like double than this. This is a 50-gram skein. Oh, the 50-gram skein costs double than this one, even more than double. So per gram, this is like quadruple the price. But if you want to, like, you know, make really, really soft garments from a synthetic fiber, and you're in Europe, or you can find this and you think you want to invest, this is like so nice. But yeah, this is definitely a more affordable option, and the color range is great. This one is okay. There are some amazing colors, like the ones I'm wearing. I think they're incredible, but overall this one has a better color range. Anyway, so I thought I could try that. Of course, you could just like double up on this and make more of like a bulky cardigan, but I thought that would be a fun project to do indoors in the winter. So I want to try something like that. It looked very pretty on Sarah Michelle Gellar. It's probably hers is like Prada or something, I don't know. Or maybe not. I don't know where she shops. So yeah, I thought about doing something like that. And yeah, that's kind of what I have in the works. I guess my next thing will be to finish that blanket and do the swatches from the new ice yarns. And then I'll work on the sweater crochet along, because I think that'll be fun. Yeah, so this is Fluffy Day in, okay, the sample is not as big as I would have liked. This is Fluffy Day in hot pink, I think it's called. It's a little bit of a, disappointing hot pink, because that's like what I want my pink to look. And I know on camera this looks bright, but in real life it's not as bright as it looks on the camera. The camera just like brightens colors a little bit. It's still a very lovely pink and I would gladly wear it, but I think this one is better. Again, from Fildal, the other brand. So this is kind of how it looks worked up. I know it's a very tiny sample, but it is kind of easy to work with and you can get a really nice looking fabric from it. It's very, very affordable. I think they're even on sale right now at Hobbii, the Fluffy Day. And I think the XL version is going to be super fun for more like bulky sweaters. And I definitely want to try it. Yeah, so that's it for this chat. I hope you enjoyed it. And I will see you soon in another video. Take care. Bye bye.